Okay, so let me start showing you the next drawing. This drawing, usually we will create a background scene of like a little bit of buildings on the street here, different shapes of buildings. Under the buildings, we're gonna create the road, okay? And then we can show a bit of grass here and there, and some background pattern. Now what we will do is, keeping a banner in head, you can keep this just simple 3 layers: buildings, roads, and a grass. And in the future, once we're gonna learn some characters or cartoons, I will show you how you can create a walking cycle for a cartoon character. And then we'll make that cartoon character walk across the street, right to left. Maybe you can create a car later on, and you can have the car going from right to left. And in the car, you can show a company's mobile number to contact or email address. You can flash anything. So it's like a kind of interesting cartoonish banner for the website. The important thing at this stage you can learn is creating a simple background. And later on, lesson 2, 3, 4, once we start learning animations, I will show you how to use the old backgrounds which we created and add additional animations on top of it. All right. So keeping that in mind, I'm just going to show you how to create design. So let's just draw the shapes, something similar. I'm going to keep it quite cartoonish. So I'm going to use cartoonish shapes and attractive colors like pinks, yellows, and blue, greens kind of stuff. To do it, make sure it is multiple layers. So first layer, let me just draw the road. For the road, from the toolbar, I'm going to select rectangle tool. And for the rectangle, you can use the outline, means the stroke color, whichever you like, and fill color, which is the color of the flat rectangle. Either you can use the solid color, or now use the colors. At the bottom of your colors here, Flash will show you some gradient colors. Okay, in Photoshop you don't have gradient colors ready-made like that. Okay, in Photoshop you have gradient tool, but in Flash you don't have gradient tool. Same fill color or paint bucket, and you will see the gradients options here. Okay, let me select any gradient color from that shapes. Let's say a linear black and white, and on the roads here I'm simply going to draw a rectangle. Then on top of the rectangles, I'm going to draw, this is the road layer. Let me lock it. New layer. I'm going to rename it as buildings. For the buildings on top of this road, let's use rectangle tool. This time I'm going to use solid colors. So you can select any solid color of your choice and simply draw buildings. Either you can keep object drawing on or off, is up to you, as long as you want to play around. I'm just going to use different colors. Always changing the colors. That's pretty strange. Okay, you can use any shapes you like. I think for the group it is changing the colors but quickly swapping your tools. Just play around. Right. So just simply selected some patterns of buildings, and I'm just gonna drag it to give it different shapes. just to make it look a bit more abstract. Just a bit cartoonish. There you go. Now on these buildings, I will use rectangle tool with the white color. Let me lock the buildings and add a new layer called windows, and just draw plain white windows randomly, all different sizes and shapes. If you struggle to draw small shapes, then Control Plus. When you zoom in, you can see it will let you draw shapes like that. Control minus to come back. That's it. So very simple backgrounds. If you want to change the background of the whole stage, take the selection tool, click on your stage, and you will see the stage properties. Okay, I'm going to change the stage color as well to something light blue shade, like that. Okay, and to draw a bit of grass, let's use a trick of selection tool. This time, I'm going to use oval tool. I don't want the outline, so I'm gonna click on the stroke color. And while you draw the shapes, if you don't want any particular part, like strokes or a fill, then click on the color, and there is an option to say no, which is here. So when you select that, it will show the cross red line on the stroke. It means the shape will not have any borders. Okay. Let me select the grass, which is a fill color, oval tool. I'm gonna disable my object drawing for a while so that I can have a shape. And using the oval tool, I will simply draw an ellipse anywhere from outside like that. Now the beauty of Flash, if your shape, even it goes outside your stage, when you test your movie, the shape outside your Flash stage will not be visible. Same like Photoshop. Because your working area. So work area will be available when you open it in Flash. But when I will test it, Control Enter, you only see the 100% stage. Everything else will be disregarded by Flash itself. So this is how my file is looking. But if I want to make it a bit more graphical and artistic, you can go back, take a selection tool, and here's a trick. Do you see everywhere I move my cursor on the edge, I get the round edge under my cursor, right? Here. The right angle shape will only appear if you have a corner. Now what I want to do is actually, I want to take out the sharp points coming out of this grass. So if you want to take those sharp edges, you need a selection tool but with the right angle under it. So if you want to get the right angle, even if you don't have a corners, then the shortcut is you press down the control key. So if I press control, and then if I go to the corner points, do you see it gets edge now? So you can simply take out like that. So sometimes inwards, outwards. You can just take, my control is still pressed on the keyboard. And you can just go onto the edges and just draw a random shapes like that. So all I'm trying to do is just create some grass look. And if you release the cursor, then you can go on and create some smooth shapes like that. Okay. So when you test your movie, that's how your shape looks. Okay. This is looking a bit funny here. Just gonna, I don't know what to do. Yeah, that should be right. That's it. There you go. Your simple e-learning background is ready. Later on, once we learn symbols, I will show you how to create characters, and we'll make that character walk above the road behind the grass. So it will look as if it's really walking down the street. And you can add some music, so it looks like nice voiceover video. So I wanted to do that as well, building road and a grass. Keep it ready so we can use it in our animation lessons. I'm saving it for time being in my folder as uh, city scene drawing. Save it, test it, so that when you go to the folder, you have both. That's your city scene. Okay, let me stop the recording.